Hi guys, today we're going to be taking a look at the differences between DPM from England and DPM from Netherlands. Now, I have a few different pieces of each of these camos and we're going to take a closer look. So right off the bat, you can tell by looking at them that the colors are slightly different. Now on the Netherlands piece on the left, we see the yellow is a different hue than the British piece. So here we have the colors. And of course, DPM for each country changed quite a bit over time, but there's still a lot of noticeable differences. The green shade on here is much more olive, where on here it's a lot, a little lighter, honestly, so we got that olive difference. The black and black is pretty similar as well, but the brown, this is more of a brown color, and this is more of a reddish color. So just to compare that side by side, we got like this brown, and then we got like this reddish color, at least for this piece, and this is a smock. I believe 85 pattern would be correct for this. And this is also like a field jacket for the Netherlands. So yeah, look at this yellow color. Compare it with this. You do notice there's a difference. But also on the actual shapes itself, you'll notice a lot of these dots. See these dots here? Here as well, here. Well, this pattern doesn't really have those dots as much. There's a few pieces here, but those aren't what I'd call the same actual detached dots. So yeah, there's an absence of those dots. And just to zoom out real quick, you kind of get a better feel for the differences in color. You can see the color differences better. And for the uniforms themselves, there's obviously quite a few differences. This Dutch piece from the Netherlands actually comes with a liner, so that's pretty neat. And I also have another piece from the Netherlands, which is this giant duffel bag. This thing is pretty massive. Kept it in the trunk of my car for a while for supplies, but it takes up kind of a lot of space. It does have a piece of plastic to keep the bottom, but it also shares the same similarities in the DPM color. As you can see, no dots on this pattern. It's got a lot more yellow. And just to zoom out, there you go. So there we got on that side. And then as for another piece, I think this is one of the later versions of DPM issued, due to the fact that the fabric is so thin, and I read online that this wasn't very popular because it was so, weak. But this version is different in the fact that the green is a much different color. Still retains the dots here. The green and this color as well is also different. So you can see this one really, I think, contrasts, well with the piece from the Netherlands. And finally, I do have a piece of tropical DPM. And this one is quite different as well, because the formerly parts that would be brown are actually red, and noticeably red at that. And so we have there. And I feel like these pieces too are more circly, like there's more, you could see kind of zoomed out, there's more of like a circle swirling-ish pattern going on. And let's compare that to the 85 pattern DPM. So yeah, two British pieces back to back. Yep. So this was just a brief look at some of the various differences between the two countries. And even within, England, there's a lot of variation in their patterns. And it can be hard to tell because there's sometimes a lack of tags. Like this piece doesn't have any tags at all. As far as I'm aware, no stamps. This piece does have a tag. And if you want to see here, you can see Smock Combat DPM, NATO size 70, 80, 95, 05. You got the height and breast measurements, manufacturer, and some writing on here from the person it was issued to. So that's a 6, so I think they use that for sizing as well. And then on this piece, we have the same information, manufacturer, the date 1990, washing instructions, etc. And you can unbutton this liner, and if you unbutton that, you'll see the same thing. If you can unbutton it, because it's actually, and this tag is very well preserved because I assume they use the liner quite a bit. So yeah, you can see the same thing here, 90 for the year probably, 11 could be November. Information KL. This is probably the sizing. I don't know exactly what this is, but there's also apparently another liner for this, and that's pretty neat. But yeah, it's like a very striking green liner if you wanted to get a better look at that. It's pretty cool. But yeah, just to review, get one final look, I would say the main differences that you could tell, the easiest way to probably be to tell would be between A, looking for these dots, and B, the color difference, mainly in this yellow color, excuse me, and the brown color here as well. So yeah, thanks for taking a look with me, and obviously if you can see the tags, you can tell which country it's from. There's a lot of countries that use DPM. It's a very popular pattern. I used to have a piece from Oman, the very cool orange pattern, and I do have a piece of blue DPM, which is from somewhere in the Middle East, so I'll make another video on that. But anyway guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.